Hey everyone, Lord Davin here, and today I am bringing you the Smoketek VV tank. So the Smoketek VV tank is a rebuildable tank, and I say it like that because I want to get it through everybody's head. This isn't like the VV Nova, where it was a tank that was meant to just work out of the box and you replace the heads. This is an actual rebuildable tank for you to take wick and wire and rebuild it with. That being said, it does come built with wick and wire already in it, so you can screw it onto whatever device you want to put it onto, and I'm going to put it onto a lava tube here. This is the Youngjun 1.5T that died on me after a week. And I will tell you that out of the box, this tank is not for a non-modder. It's not a great experience. Now, the air holes are completely in the tube, or I'm sorry, the 510 connector, so they're in the tube. And what that means is that, and it's got a perfectly flat top, so if you have a mod or a PV or APV or whatever you want to call it, and it's got a completely flat top, there are some lava tubes out there, there are some other mods out there, you are going to get absolutely no airflow from it. Now, I've brought that to the attention of Smoketek, and they have been very, very responsive to my suggestions, so I've asked them to please take care of that issue. As well, the holes that the wicks are going through are very, very small. They're too small for the wick that's included, so of course it's just dry head after dry head. That being said, this is about playing. This is a $15 rebuildable tank in the style of a Genesis. Now, I don't have a Genesis, and I don't have a line, but I do have I've got the Phoenix rebuildable Addy, and I have the the Steam Machine VST, and I've got rebuildables, but I don't have any of this style. Although I do have a Fatty V2 coming. So, what do I think? Well, the first thing is that what you want to do is you want to take this thing apart when you get it. Now, first things first, the top. The top is a solid one-piece top and kind of mouthpiece. And it's not bad. It's actually pretty decent, and it's comfortable feeling, but for those of you who find this uncomfortable, you can use actually the DCT tank from Smoketek. You can use the top part from that and whatever 510 connector you want, so you're not stuck with this. And I think that's good because they use the same tube style with this. Now, I like the plastic that they use on this better. It reminds me of the original, not the original, but the second version, better version, the unbreakable version of the Fluximizer plastic, which I found to be very, very good. When you rock the tube off, you have basically an aluminum metal body with the two screws in the top, and of course you can see their setup, and they're using a combination of resistance and no resistance wire. And what I mean is you'll see that the coil's in the center, and then they've got these little metal connectors right here connecting the no resistance wire to the resistance coil, the resistance wire, which is the coil, and then again on this side. That's because the screws actually change the ohms, so you don't want your coil touching them. You're going to want to use a combination of no resistance and resistance wire, although I was able to get a good coil on this using just standard resistance wire. It is possible. So I don't want you to think you really have to, but you're probably going to want to. It's easier to use that, and we're going to go through that, not in this video. This video is to introduce you to the Smoketek VV tank and get your creative juices flowing, because this is going to be fun to play with. It's a Genesis style, and I say Genesis style because it's not a Genesis. You know, the Genesis is different, but you could probably turn this into a Genesis if you want to. You know, it's got the air holes, and this has the wick removed, and you'll see you've got the 2 screws, and then you've got the 2 holes for the wick on either side, and this is hard for me to point. You've got one here, right over by the screw, and you've got one here. This hole that you see in between, well, that's for the, you know, between these 2 screws, that is for the air. And I like the placement of it because when you draw on this, you want the air to go through, you know, pass through the coil. And it does that. So this thing's got a lot of potential. Now, of course, it's not a great, awesome, out-of-the-box experience. It just isn't. I'm sorry about that. But it's rebuildable. And we're going to have some fun with this. Like I said, I have been able to make a decent coil and wick with this. I've been trying some steel mesh. I'm not very good at it yet, so I'm working on that. But you know, I am honing my skills with the Smoketek VV, and I think this has a lot of potential. Now, am I going to recommend getting it? If you're looking for a tank that's out of the box, crazy good, no. I mean, this is for the tinkerer and the modders and people who want to play around. Those people who are thinking, hey, I want to get something that's $300 or $200, but I don't know if I'm even going to want to put in my own wick and put in my own coil. Well, $15. Come on, guys. There are other things for $15, like the Phoenix rebuildable Addy. Now, it's a different style, so but you could play around with this and see if you want to take this route as well. You know, this is a $15. It's $15 at Inhaler and I think someplace else. But this is a different style. Now, what I'm going to be doing is increasing the size of the holes. I will probably increase the size of the air hole as well, and I will be probably taking my Dremel and cutting some slits into the aluminum base, and it does feel like a full aluminum. And Smoketek told me that the metal here is aluminum, but you know, this, I think it's this screw in the middle that's actually changing my ohms, and you know, I don't like it, but I'm gonna have some fun. That's what this is about. Now, the original VV Nova was not phenomenal out of the box. It just wasn't a good out of the box experience for a lot of people. But we had some fun. We re-wicked it, we recoiled it. Now, that wasn't designed for that. This is. So Smoketek has given us an option. Now, their execution with it may not be perfect, but there's potential here, and this is a good starting point for us if we want to go ahead and play around. Now, I do have wick, I do have wire. I'm out of no resistance wire, so I did order some. That's on its way, which is cool. And we're going to have some fun. I'm going to do some steel mesh work with this to see how that works. My recommendation for a starting point is if you are on Facebook, there is a group called Of Wick and Wire. Look for it. I'm there. There's a lot of great people there. Neil and Dwayne and a bunch of the guys. Yeah, Dwayne Green's there. Make sure make sure you harass him because I've asked you to. I'm just messing, Dwayne. You know, there's some really good people in that group, and they're willing to help anybody. Now, they're experienced. A lot of them are very experienced in this, and this is where I go for help. I also have many friends out there that know how to do this kind of stuff, and they will guide me. But this is a good starting point, and it's $15 everywhere. It's not a bad place to start. So if you're thinking about trying to get into doing rebuildables, give it a shot. You know, again, it's $15. It's not going to kill you. But this may not be the right path for you. If you want something that you know is going to be awesome, you know, like I said, there are other alternatives like the Phoenix Addy. And the Phoenix Addy is, you know, it's also rebuildable. But again, it's a different style. It doesn't have a tank. It's drip on top, kind of. You know, drip, 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 drip. But, you know, I have been able to get this rebuilt using a different wick and a different style coil. I think I used 30 Canthal and I think it was a silica wick that I got to work pretty well in here. Fiberglass, actually. I think it was a fiberglass wick. You know, I was able to get that to work. I also tried some cotton in here, and it worked pretty good, too. I do use a 510 extender on everything with this, just because it does help open the airflow, even on devices that have little cuts and grooves, like the Smoke-Tech BV Gripper, which I really like this. So let's play. We're going to have some follow-up reviews. I'm getting more involved in rebuildables. I will have a review on the Phoenix Addy shortly. I will have the Steam Machine VST shortly, which I absolutely adore that Steam Machine. I have a lot of things coming up soon. And, you know, I'm not going to break my focus from the new guys, but I am dedicating more time to playing around and modding and messing around with some stuff. So I've got lots of supplies coming, and we're going to have some fun. I will be starting with, well, I've already started with other stuff, but with the videos, I might be starting with this in different techniques and tricks. I will be doing the same thing for the Phoenix Addy, and I will be doing the same thing with the Steam Machine VST, but that thing just has so many phases and just awesome goodness. I don't know what it is, but if it's Greek, it's probably really good. They've been knocking me out lately. All right, guys. So this is Lord Davin. Let them know I sent you.